Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're reviewing a Grand Cherokee Limited with the black appearance package. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Heber, Utah for giving me some time with this Grand Cherokee. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check out what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being about 290 horsepower and about 260 pound-feet of torque. Now before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see flat there in the center, and then it kind of falls off a little bit on either side. Also got the Jeep logo there as well. Notice how the headlight bezel's been blacked out. Same thing here with the grille and then the trim here at the bottom. And then we do have fog lights and parking sensors. And putting it all together with this gray coloration, I think it looks really cool with the blacked out elements. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 265, 50, 20 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see the wheels also are all blacked out with this package. And then notice the darker coloration here with the fender flares and the trim along the side. Also Grand Cherokee logo there. And then the mirror caps blacked out as well as the window trim. And then here is your full side view with this Grand Cherokee. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have our lock and unlock function. We got remote start. We have the opening for the tailgate as well, or hatch rather, and then the Jeep logo on the back. Now taking a look at the cargo area, you guys can see we've got a 12 volt there in the back, and then we've got spare tire underneath. And when it comes to cargo space, it's really good here in the Grand Cherokee. It's one of the big benefits. Also, I like how you got the little old school Jeep there in that window, and then you got a bunch of Grand Cherokees on the other window. That's kind of a cool thing. Anyways, again, like I said, button right here, press that, and that will lower the hatch right back down. Now taking a look at the taillight design, notice how that kind of goes to this blacked out trim piece and the Jeep logo. I think that's pretty cool. And then all the rest of the badges also blacked out, and then we have more parking sensors on the rear. And putting it all together, let me know what you guys think about the looks on this, but I really like the design with this black appearance package. Now taking a look at the door panel, you can see soft touch here at the top, and then we've got the sunshade here in the back, and then look at this trim down below. Also some nice padding here with the stitching that goes across, and then we got one of the speakers for the sound system. And again, more nice stitching in the seat, and you can see perforated all down the center portion here with the seat. And this one actually has the TVs in the back. That's cool. Anyways, legroom back here is pretty good. We got a little storage net. We got some vents here in the back, USBs as well, and even a full power outlet too. And then headroom, it's pretty good. Now taking a look at the front door panel, again, soft touch here at the top, and look at this trim that goes across. We got our memory seats as well, blind spot monitoring here with the mirrors, and then more padding down below. All of our window controls here, front to our automatic, got your mirror adjustments, and then another speaker here for the Alpine sound system. And then really nice stitching there on the front seat, and you can see perforated all down the center, power adjustments here on the side. Got our light controls here with our fog light, and then more of that wood trim with the stitching and padding. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around, and then I like the silver trim. We've got radio controls here on the back. We got paddle shifters as well. We've got controls for adaptive cruise control, controls for the center stack, and then your regular stocks here on the back. Digital gauge cluster here in the center, and as we can scroll through a bunch of different menus, see different bits of info here on the Jeep. And we got some drive modes, so snow, sand, mud, auto, and then there's a sport mode as well. And of course the camera didn't want to focus on any of that. Now we do have a 360 camera system with this Grand Cherokee as well, which definitely adds to the flair, so I think that's a big plus. And then before diving into the infotainment system, just up above you guys can see auto stop start, lane departure, stability control, hazard lights, parking sensors as well. And then you can see here for the main screen, response time with some of the functions does take a second for them to load up, as you can see. But also we have heated and ventilated seats with this, as well as a heated steering wheel. And you have analog controls for the climate controls and the radio and the seats and everything just down below. And then up above, soft touch trim on the dash. You can see that all continues across. We've got a wireless phone charging pad down below with this blacked out trim piece, some more USBs. Drive mode select with your dial shifter, and then you can see we've got some cup holders right here and with the center console. Pretty good storage here. And then taking a look at the glove box, also pretty good as well. This one also comes with a camera, rear view mirror, and a panoramic sunroof. Now here's a window sticker for this Grand Cherokee Limited. Got quite a few options on this, including the Luxury Tech 2. Total MSRP $64,650. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. Both the mirrors, do a blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And let us leave. See what I did there? Because we're leaving. Anyways, Grand Cherokee Limited. I think this particular one might be the sweet spot. Probably minus the TVs in the back. I don't really care for the TVs too much. That's just my kind of personal take on that. But first, setting off, seats are comfortable. I like the fact that we have the heated and cooled function. I think that's definitely a nice thing to have. And seems like the torque's pretty good right off the bat with this V6. We're at about 5,000-ish feet-ish. Yeah, 5,000-ish feet elevation here. So, not the highest elevation, not the lowest either. Look at all those leaves falling from the trees. It's actually a pretty cool effect. I like that. That's fun. Ah! We're getting attacked. Anyways, it's smooth. It drives well. So that's another plus. And yeah, it's a pretty quiet cabin. Again, it's a windy day today, and so I would say insulation's pretty good. Yeah, transmission's very quick. Yeah, I like the overall driving experience so far. I will say this, yeah, I really am leaning to the side of this being the Grand Cherokee sweet spot. Just the value proposition here, the more that I drive this, the better it seems to get, which is interesting because I mean, yeah, it's $60,000, but let's get our acceleration and see how that goes. Pretty good. So here's my hot take at the end of this video. I think the features are great with this. At the price point, the powertrain needs to be better at this price point. So here's my thought. Keep the price the same, and obviously, you know, Stellantis is going in for V8, so we're not gonna have a Hemi in the Grand Cherokee anymore. Put the Hurricane in this at this price point. That would be an amazing value, and that would be very similar to what Mazda's offering with the CX-90, which I think is a really good value. So let me know your thoughts on this Grand Cherokee Limited. I really like this package. I think it's a great value. I do think, though, at the price point, it does need just a little bit more from the powertrain department